It's Jill Miller, the role model mama. I want to share some of my postpartum journey with you. Right now, I'm 13 days postpartum. I had my baby a week ago Wednesday. And a few days ago, I posted a video on Facebook of the first time that I actually rolled out on my Coregeous Ball, or let's say laid out on my Coregeous Ball since delivering. And there were a bunch of comments and people were wondering what I was doing for exercise since that time. And I want to share what I'm doing, which is not a lot. The biggest thing that I'm doing on a regular basis is doing something called the Tubular Core activation, which is really igniting the firing of the intrinsic core musculature. That's what I call the inner baby carriage, so that you're using all the muscles of the torso, pelvic floor, diaphragm, rib cage in a singular activation to create and improve your body positioning and alignment. So I'm going to go over that with you today. For the most part, what I've been doing is trying to sleep, a ton of nursing, coughing, because I did get some bronchitis after delivering. And I actually think some of the coughing has also helped to really provide tone to those innermost core muscles. So the simplest way to do this is to lay down on your back. And by the way, this is a great solution for those of you who aren't pregnant, but who actually have back pains, to work on these deep innermost abdominal muscles. You start with something called the abdominal thoracic breath, and I detail this in a bunch of my other videos. So look those up. Inhale, abdomen expands circumferentially. So does the pelvic floor. Then the ribs. Followed by a collaborative exhalation, where all of the muscles from inside to outside squeeze in towards the spine without changing the shape of the spine. Then you let go. Inhale, gut area, then rib area, ballooning, and innermost abdominals, tubularize. Until you're absolutely out of breath. Let go. Do that a third time, just for a demo. Squeezing, feeling a Kegel-like action in the pelvic floor, feeling the ribs squeezing into one another, literally knitting in or toggling in, and letting go. And again, when you're doing this, you're not trying to force your spine down. You're not trying to change the shape of the spine at all, but maintaining the contact points that you have, which would be the pelvis, the sacrum, the rib cage, and the head and neck. So I'll usually do this about 5 times in a row, twice an hour, throughout the day, in spontaneous positions, from laying down to being on my side, to walking, to when I'm working, playing around with my toddler or holding my baby. And then I'll follow that with a diaphragm vacuum, which is the opposite of tension. It's actually a very profound stretch of the gut, pelvic floor. It helps to offload the uterine ligaments temporarily. It's a great internal stretch for the respiratory diaphragm. So you inhale, abdomen, then ribs, exhale everything, and at the end of exhalation, spread your ribs apart. When you spread the ribs apart, you'll feel a deep suction, and the abdomen should be pliable. It should be completely soft, not tight like it is in the tubular core activation. So I want to just show this to you in standing, because when you stand with the tubular core activation, more things are turned on naturally because you're fighting gravity. So with this, you want to really work on your most aligned posture, which is that your feet are pointing downhill underneath your lungs, and they're parallel. Skull over rib cage over pelvis, and I call this heart over cervix alignment, or I call this the inner baby carriage posture, where you have the most amount of S-curve that's a distendable or distensible S-curve that's shock absorbing in your spine. So abdomen, rib cage. Exhaling, shrink wrapping. Thinking about all the layers of the abdomen. Tightening, tubular tightening, tube upon tube, until you're completely out of breath. Letting that go. Inhaling. Exhaling. A little bit of buttock activation, pelvic floor, transversus, obliques, rectus, lats, intercostals. And letting go. And indeed, I feel all of my back muscles and the deep back muscles, the multifidi, the rotatories, the little tiny ones just going and zipping together. And then I'll follow that with another diaphragm vacuum in standing, which is a great way to traction your spine. So inhale, arms fly out, hook your thumbs, lengthen through the spine, reaching up through the shoulders, and at the end of exhale, and letting go. So this is my baseline. This is the foundation that I'm working with on a constant level, day in and day out. But this started prior to pregnancy. I maintained it through pregnancy, found places throughout my day where I could find that tubular core activation. It will even feel like you're giving your baby a hug. It's really a wonderful sensation. So I encourage you at whatever stage of pregnancy or postnatal shift that you're at, to find that tubular core, because this is something that will last you a lifetime and will help you in those days and nights immediately following birth to maintain integrity and to reduce any type of structural injury that might come from the trials and tribulations of handling a newborn. All the best. See you in another video.